Hello everybody, T005 here with what I want to start doing, which is game reviews. Uh, One of the first games I wanted to review, I know I'm a little bit late on this and everyone else seems to be doing it, but I wanted to do an in-depth review of Pokemon X and Y. Now, some people, myself included, believe that Pokemon X and Y is the start of the degeneration of Pokemon. At least that's what I had begun to think rather than thought. And to be honest, there are some aspects of it that annoy me that I've seen in video gameplay and such things as that. But you know what? Cal convinced me to get the game and play it through just so I don't get that biased opinion and never play Pokemon again. And to be honest, I'm a little bit surprised on how it is. First off, the idea of fully 3D rendered models. Let's get this right. The last time models like that were rendered was in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, right? The latest one, the one where you could only choose a certain amount of starters, which is ridiculous. But this looks good, and in a way, it kind of reminds me of Pokemon Coliseum, which if many of you, this isn't an if, many of you should have played it by now. If you haven't played it, go get a GameCube and play the game. Please. Do us all a favor. Now, let's get into the game itself. Pokemon X and Y came out this past October in 2013. And with it, when I opened up, I was very much surprised by this. I got a special Torchic. Torchic, one of my favorite Pokemon ever. Right? And not only that, you get a special held item and a hidden ability. This hidden ability is Speed Boost. Every turn in battle with the Torchic, it boosts its own speed, making it go faster. And if you know Torchic, hitting first with a Torchic murders things, especially at higher levels when it's a Blaziken. And then the special item that it's given, I believe, is the item that's needed to give it its Mega Evolution, which I'll get into later. The Mega Evolutions, that is. Now let's start off with the game. The game starts off, and it's just wow, right from the start. The original theme song is tied into the newer theme song. There's just this awesome feel to it that I didn't have when they did Pokemon Diamond or Pearl. It wasn't as wow, or wasn't as amazing, I should say. The doggy memes are playing too much into my life right now. The opening theme for Diamond and Pearl, when I got it, I was super excited, but this one has me way more excited than that ever did. I don't know if it's the graphics, if it's the 3D from the 3DS, or even if it's the fact that the original theme song's there. Right? So you start off like every basic game. You talk to the professor. The professor's going, blah, 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 this is the world of Pokemon. Here's a Pokemon. This is what they look like, yada, yada, yada. However, it's in full rendered 3D models, right? As 3D as these people can get, it's fantastic. That, when you have the 3D on, it looks really cool. Like I said, it reminded me of Pokemon Coliseum right off the bat. You know, at this point, you're going through the basic spiel. The professor's telling you this is what a Pokemon is. Then he goes on to ask you if you're a boy or a girl. And in previous games, you don't get mirrors. You get a mirror in this game. You get to see your reflection, as if you're actually standing there. And so I went with boy, and the next biggest thing on my surprise list was the fact that I could choose my face. That was amazing. That blew my mind. I got so excited at that point in my life. There was nothing more excited going on than the fact that I could choose my face. I could be blonde, I could be black-haired, I could be brown-haired. Have blue eyes, brown eyes, and I think green eyes on one of them. Something that they've never done before, and I really like it. I wish they would have done it sooner. But I guess that they may not have had the technology or just didn't think about it, but I love it and I hope they keep it. Now, I'm sorry, it just blows my mind that we can do that now. Right? Then there's a portal. This portal is fantastic. It's like you're actually stepping into the journey. In Pokemon Emerald, your character shrunk down into the 2D platformer character sprite that you played as. In this one, you just step through a portal, and then it opens up into the game's bird. This version's bird Pokemon. You know, like in the first Pokemon series, Red and Blue, you have Pidgeot and Spearow, and you have Hoodoo and Silver and Gold, and then in Sapphire and Emerald you have Tailo, and so on. And I don't know the bird Pokemon's name in this one. I will eventually, and I'll probably get around to talking about them. But it opens up and it's flying around. Apparently this is your mother's Pokemon, and it comes to wake you up in bed. Mind you, these are all fully 3D modeled. I'm loving everything. The rendering is great. You know, for what it is fantastic. I am enjoying it as an adult, and I can only imagine what a kid would think. Right? So you get up, you're in pajamas, you look in the mirror, you change your outfit, and I don't know if this is going to be a thing later on, is if you can change your outfits at all. I mean, we can change our faces, but can we change our outfits? And I'll probably answer that with another video later on. Go downstairs, you know your mom. Oh, your friends are waiting outside, your mom said. So you go outside. Oh, by the way, at this point, if you haven't pressed the B button to check if you can run or not, you should find out that you can run. You don't have to get shoes, which was a big thing in my past. You had to get shoes to get. Outside there are two girls. Awesome, beautiful women already outside waiting for moi. Love it so far. So you meet these new friends. They take you into, I believe, Aqua Court. And that's just to say that's north of where you are. Right? And so you sit down at this table. It's very French. It's very French-like a French cafe style setting. And you sit down and they're all talking yada yada yada. You have the Pokemon that the professor gave to you to give to the new kid. I had a hold the hell up moment. The kids have sorry, I had to bleep myself out there for a second. The kids had the Pokemon. What? The big fat kid. I have nothing against fat people, but he pulls out 3 Pokemon and he hands them to you. Breaking tradition. Breaking tradition. Where is the professor? All right. So you pick your Pokemon. I went with Froakie, the bubble frog Pokemon. Very important. Always go with the water if it's your first time with any game. Choose fire if you're feeling ballsy. Grass if you don't know what you're doing. You're probably going to get butt sexed. So I went with Froakie. Then the next little nerdy kid, the shy, quiet kid, because we're all playing on stereotypes here, gives me the Pokédex. What? Just what? So I'm sitting there going, okay, so where's the professor? Is the professor absentee? Is the professor my father? And that's going to be a total surprise shocker at the end. No. Then I get a letter from the professor, from one of the other children. Give this to your mom. Oh yeah, great. Let's give my son a Pokemon, and then give me a letter saying, oh, by the way, trust this stranger and send your kid out on an adventure who's only 10 years old. I'm assuming I'm 10 years old because that's what I've been in the past. Let's just send your child out there for the world to love and commit to with Pokemon and gym battles, and it's dangerous, and I'm probably going to be facing some kind of galactic team bent on controlling Pokemon to their use. Right? Because what's a Pokemon game without their Team Rocket kind of people? And at the moment, you know, that's what's bothering me, is just the fact that there's an absentee professor. I haven't met the professor yet. I'm not that far. I just started. I just started playing around with some of the other mechanics, such as super training, and I will let you guys know in my next installment of this review. Keep in tune, and give us a thumbs up if you like this. Tear out.